But once they triple in value, you know those sports card investors are jumping in hot to jump on the next bandwagon. Welcome back, everyone, to the Slab Stocks podcast. My name is Aaron, your host. I know you guys are used to Slab Stocks FC episodes on Sundays, but today we have a special episode because today is November 1st. October just ended, and we are going to recap all of October in the sports card market with the October rundown. And we are going to just go over, hop into a screen share on Instagram, and roll through the top hits of our content in October for the sports car market. And that's the way we're going to do it, because I think it's the easiest way to look back at what happened over the past month, dissect it a bit, and look at where can it go from here. So first, here's our Instagram page. If you're not following, please go do so now. SlabStox on Instagram, definitely where we post the most, and you can get all the information from us on there. But for the first post we're going to look at is our SlabStox 101 series on October 2nd. Our part 3 of the SlabStox 101 series went live, and this is all specific to grading for the part 3. Part 1 and 2 were very good as well, and you guys will want to check that out if you're new, or even if you're experienced in sports cards, because there's always something new to learn, even for us included. So we love learning through reading the comments and interacting with you guys. So much to learn for sure, but make sure you go check that out on our SlabStox 101 YouTube playlist. Next thing we're going to look at is our first graph for the month, which was on October 5th. And this was about Pokemon, of course. And Pokemon's going to show up a lot throughout this video. So if you guys aren't a fan of it, just bear with me. There is sports in here as well. But the Squirtle, obviously, looking over the past 7 years on this post, did extremely well, and mostly in the past 3 months, as we know it, with Pokemon exploded. New all-time highs with basically every single card in the industry. And this is just one of them that we recapped at the beginning of the month, right when it all was starting. A week or two after this, we saw some even more crazy stuff that we'll cover as we'll go on. But this is the first edition 1999 Pokemon game Squirtle base set. I guess you could call it a Squirtle rookie card for those of you from the sports side of the world. But yes, crazy game there for sure. And then we have another post here. This one is a graph on Tyler Hero. Of course, Tyler Hero was one of the darlings of the NBA bubble and NBA playoffs. He had some massive performances, his biggest one being that 37-point performance against the Celtics. And we see it spiked there at the $1,500 mark. When that happened, it dropped a bit into the finals. Prospecting on Tyler Hero going forward, I know his base PSA 10s are around $200 to maybe $220 right now. That is basically where they were pre-playoffs in the bubble. So they have cooled down quite a bit. And if you are prospecting the basketball market going into the following season, which obviously we have covered a lot here, talking about how good of a buy basketball is right now, it's a place that isn't getting the most hype, of course, with Pokemon right now going crazy. Some people still into football, even though that's seen its dips too. But Tyler Hero, one of the players you might want to check out to see if you guys can quote unquote buy the dip and ride maybe some waves going into the next season as the hype builds. Looking at the next one, we have the flattening of the basketball card market. So for most of these players that were getting eliminated from the NBA bubble in Orlando, their prices started to dip immediately. We saw pretty much a overall peak of the market around August 24th. And then into September, we saw many drops. And then in October, we've seen a ton of flatlining. It's shown here between the Giannis and the Luka, the PSA 10s of both Giannis from Select, Luka from Prism, both down substantially, but they have flatlined quite a bit here in October, or even seen a bit of a price increase as of recent. So this is where we're talking about when people start to see more people jump into the market, they get more confidence themselves to start buying, to get involved in basketball once again. And then we start to see the prices go up from not only 5 to 10%, but maybe into that 25% range heading into the next season. And who knows what it can do from there. Basketball is definitely the biggest marketplace in all of sports and trading cards. And I think that we're going to see that again this season as more people get really involved and intrigued with the performances. And there's a lot of hype around it and just a lot of chatter, because right now it's pretty much dead. They talked about when the season might come back, which is really big. Around Christmas time, I heard some pushback from some places, or at least some teams, I should say, to push it back to around mid-January so they can get more time off and whatnot. But I'm really hopeful it'll be around a Christmas return and we can get basketball on the TV soon and get more news to talk about. I know a lot of our followers want that as well, so they can start to get new information about what's going on the court and in the sports card market as well. The next thing is we sold our SlabStox Gold limited edition t-shirts this month. This was our first ever merchandise release. It was a big day for us, big 2 days actually, as we sold them over 48 hours. And we did end up selling 169 t-shirts. That's a big number. We are very thankful for all of you that purchased them. I'm here to provide an update on that. So we did place a special order. It had to be special order due to the selling style that we had to figure out how many shirts people wanted. Place the order. The hem tags on the shirt that you see here had to be special ordered as well. So that's why there's some delays on the product page when you bought it. It did say a 4-week delay from purchase to shipping. I do know that our order will be complete next week and we should get them in hand and then start shipping in the next week to 2 as well. So we're very excited to get these in your hands. Definitely be on the lookout. I know I've gotten a lot of messages about I did not receive an email confirmation. Did I actually get a shirt? The answer is yes. Email confirmations were not sent out if you bought one, unless you bought through PayPal and they sent you an email. But definitely you did get it and you will be getting it, and we will be uploading it with tracking. So you all should get notifications then once we actually get the tracking into the orders. First, we got to get the product in hand, and the stickers look awesome too. I've seen pictures of those in video. Very, very cool. We're so excited to get these things and then ship them out to you guys. Next, what we got here is the record-breaking Charizard sale from Logic. Logic, the rapper, or at least ex-rapper who retired. I think he's done that multiple times, though, so who really knows? Sold for $220,000. That's a record sale for the Charizard PSA 10 first edition from the base set, the one that has 102 cards in it. That sale was huge. It did a ton for the market. So many people got hyped off of it. So many people started to jump in and try to figure out different ways that they can go to get involved. Of course, that 1999 base set is what rose the most and the fastest, but now other markets in Pokemon as well are going up a lot. So that's something to look out for if you are a fan of Pokemon and a collector and really trying to get involved. Maybe look somewhere else other than the base set, so you're not buying in at the peak, or at least where the entire crowd is going for. Try to learn and find other spots like I've been doing a lot. I got really into the modern Pokemon market over the last 2 to 3 weeks. It's been a ton of fun learning from others on YouTube, doing a ton of research myself. You guys can go check out my SlabStox Aaron page on Instagram if you want to see my collection, see some of my breaks and what I'm sharing over there. You don't have to, of course, but I welcome you to, because I always like to get more people involved in anything of the sports card, trading card market, whatever it is. It's just really fun to have others involved, to learn from others, and to talk with others about it as well. It's really what our mission here is. You guys know that, making sports cards accessible to everyone. Doesn't matter what it's about, sports cards, trading cards, who you are. We want you involved, enjoying what we enjoy and love to do so much is make content here, talk about sports cards, talk about trading cards. It's a blast. So thank you guys for following the SlabStox Instagram page, my page, the YouTube page, really wherever, signing up for an email. It's all great, and we all appreciate that a ton. But the Charizard sale, huge sale, set a bunch of new records, obviously, and got a lot of people involved. That followed up the Logan Paul $200,000 box break, of course, as well. And yeah, just some wild times for Pokemon this month. Next thing we're looking at here is the Lakers won the NBA bubble. So all the way back, think about to March 10th when the NBA season got suspended. We went a long way without basketball, all the way to the end of July. We saw ups and downs. We saw TJ Warren. We saw Devin Booker. We saw Bobo, of course. But whoever came on top, it ended up being the Los Angeles Lakers at the end. In October 11th is the day that they won the finals. And then the next thing we're looking at here is what happened to the LeBron market after they actually won the finals. So as you can see here on the screen, September 1st value is $5,100 on the Topps rookie number 221 PSA 10. The last sold at the time that this post was made on October 12th was $4,300. And there was one even lower that just got listed. So the LeBron market was going down, even with the finals win. So much of that can be explained through people buying LeBron, being ready to sell when they win the finals, oversupplying the market, buyers not buying because he won the finals. Instead, they know that they can wait a little bit longer and start to capture some of that money leading into next year. So, some stuff going on there with the LeBron market, but something to keep in mind is we're just going to skip over the Prism Silver talk. Keep in mind that Patrick Mahomes, when he won the Super Bowl, average sale of this card here, the Mahomes 2017 Prism PSA 10, was $1,700. Average sale on February 3rd down to $1,380. February 27th, $1,106. May 31st, $2,750, and all the way to September 4th, it went up to $7,239. I do not anticipate at all that we'll see any gains close to that for the LeBron. I don't think that we had the right combination here with Mahomes when the season ended, COVID hitting, going up to next season. LeBron's, I do believe, will rise going to next season, but not to this extent. I just don't want you guys to get a cloudy vision of what might happen to LeBron's market or the basketball market. I do think we can see 10 to 15% gains rather easily. Do I think it's going to be this Patrick Mahomes, 5x in value? No, I don't. Do not expect that, please. But definitely be on the lookout for basketball over these next couple months. Here we are with the next one. We had a little fun starting to make some memes here in October. And the first one we ever did was the kombucha girl, if you guys know her from all the Twitter memes and everywhere else you've seen it. Definitely making the stank face to Pokemon when it was under $1,000 on the Charizard Unlimited PSA 9s. But once they triple in value, those sports card investors are jumping in hot to jump on the next bandwagon. So just a funny meme here. We had some fun with a ton of comments and likes. So it was really nice to see people be receptive to it. And then even if we have some more meme action coming up later. Next thing we're looking at is, of course, the World Series. Randy Arozarena in the MLB postseason went absolutely crazy. He hit 10 home runs over the entire postseason. I want to say it's 10. It could have been 11. I know he hit one 2 nights ago in Game 6 of the World Series, but it was a couple more nights ago on the 2, I guess, at this point. But at least for Randy Arozarena, his cards exploded from September until now. Absolute bonkers. This thing went up as high as $400, I know. And then even more so later, you will see more about the Randy Arozarena craze. And he's a 25-year-old rookie, for those of you that might not know. If you don't follow baseball closely, if you weren't watching the World Series, he got traded from the Cardinals to the Rays, and then absolutely broke out in this postseason for sure, and leading up to the postseason. So he was super fun to watch also. And then we got we got October 15th here. We have the Charizard Hollow PSA 9 compared to the Luka Doncic Silver PSA 9. So this is the same exact Charizard from the Kombucha Girl meme. And this Charizard, there's a 14,000 pop on it. Of course, way less 9s and way less 10s. I think that there's only 4,000 9s and then 400 10s out of that. I'm kind of guessing on the 10s. It might be even a little bit lower, a little bit higher, but it's a super, super, super small amount is the point. And as we see going into October here, Luka going down, Charizard going crazy. What's going to happen when next season comes? I really do anticipate the Luka Doncic Silver PSA 9 start to not take off like that Charizard did right there, but start to see a little bit of a role reversal as the season rolls around. We'll see some mindset in the maybe the hype investors start to switch to basketball. People start to take their attention away from Pokemon, at least the 1999 base set. And then we will see a drop in price there as the supply stays high for these Charizards, as people are trying to sell and capture their profit. More people are trying to go buy basketball with the new hype coming. I think we're going to see a role reversal. And we'll definitely be covering that on Instagram and on YouTube going in November, December, January to see if that does happen. We might be wrong, but I do believe that will happen for sure. Looking here at Corey Seager. So Corey Seager was the NLCS MVP. This post was produced right after that actually happened. And these orange refractor autos, number 25 from Bowman Chrome 2012, BGS 9.510, are some of the most sought after cards of a certain prospect card, or if they're in the MLB now. But this card was made when he was a prospect for the Dodgers. As you can see, December 2014, this card was worth under $1,000. Corey Seager becomes a crazy good shortstop for the Los Angeles Dodgers. It goes all the way up to almost $5,000, and then he gets hurt. He gets Tommy John surgery, and this card drops all the way down to under $3,000 this season. People that bought in, though, got really lucky and rewarded because Corey Seager had one of the best postseasons I've ever seen, and he did absolutely phenomenal. He won the World Series MVP as well. At the time, after the NLCS, this card was selling for $4,000. Can't imagine what it'd sell for today after a World Series MVP. super collectible, super investable piece right here for Corey Seager. Many people clamoring and trying to get their hands on this card. So really, really great to see for Corey. And I know if you guys watch Digging Corners, at least on this past Thursday's video, when Nate was talking about the World Series wrap up, you would have seen him talk about Corey Seager and what his potential is. So please go check out that video if you want to learn more about Corey Seager and baseball. Nate does a great job breaking down all the baseball stats, all the baseball market watch, everything you need to know about that if you're a huge baseball fan. Or if you're not, if you want to learn more about baseball, definitely go check it out as well. Here we go. So one more thing that happened in the Pokemon market is Rally Road put up the first edition PSA 10 complete set for the 1999 base set, Hollows, the Squirtle, the Charmander, the whole 9 yards, everything went up on Rally Road app. If you don't know what it is, I've covered it in some videos in the past. It's a fractional share thing where they IPO tangible assets. They do cars, they do watches, they do sports cards, Pokemon cards, books, wine, handbags, a bunch of different things. And you can buy in shares when it IPOs. It has to stay locked for 3 months. And then after that 3-month period, they open up for a trading window to where people can sell shares if they own them and people can buy shares if they don't own them. So they did that with the Pokemon set. It happened on October 20th. It was the perfect time for them to capture the most hype. The issue is that there were some things in there that I noticed I can recap right now why the value didn't go higher. So as you guys can see, it IPO'd. The current value, it says right there, I posted this the morning of the trading window starting. It IPO'd for $125K total value for the entire set. We saw early October, the Charizard from Logic get bought for $220K, which is obviously over double, or just under double what this set IPO'd for. Thinking about that, I expected this set to sell for to be valued at $650,000, and it didn't happen. The set ended up getting valued at $250,000, and there are some limitations that happen. So first off, to actually place a bid on Rally Road, you have to deposit your money like 2 days before the trading window opens. I don't think enough people did that. And people who learned about it maybe a day earlier were expecting to place a bid and they couldn't because their money didn't transfer in yet. They couldn't get the bid in. And then another thing is that people were satisfied with doubling their money on the set because the set went from $125K to $250K. The share value went from $25 a share to $50 a share. There's 5,000 shares out there. And people who had a ton of shares, I saw multiple people with 150 plus shares selling them for $50 a share because they're happy taking their 10K, whatever it was, and turning into 20K. It really limited the total value of the set on the app. And I think if this was a hard sale, it would go for obviously way higher than that, considering that the Charizard sold for $220K. It's also under my belief that Rally does not want to sell this set. They want this as a cornerstone on their app to be traded for years to come. And even if they get an offer, north of $1 million, I don't believe that they'll take it. And normally what happens is that the asset gets exited. All the people who own shares, and disclaimer, I do own 2 of them, but I do not plan selling them, long-term holder on them. I just find it extremely interesting, but I also want to let you know that I do own 2 shares of this set. That I got $25 a share. I do not believe that Rally Road would sell the set. I think that it's a cornerstone. If they exit on it, all the shareholders get paid out what the total value is and then the value of their shares. And I just can't see them doing it. It creates too much hype for them, too much social media coverage. I mean, we covered it. And like I said in our Instagram live, we didn't get paid anything for it. It's not an ad, just something I'm super interested in, passionate about. I love anything that has to do with, cards, tangible assets, investments, collecting, all that stuff. So it's something that's super interesting to me. So I want to cover it. But that's where I'm at on that. I think going forward, we'll see the value keep on going up on the set on the app because we won't have those super high shareholder numbers that can sell off and make a ton of money on it like they did on the first wave. I think that it got broken up much more to many more investors to where they don't really need to sell one share for $50 to go to $100. They want to sell one share for $250 so they can 5 times their money. And I think that's going to drive the value up on the next trading window. Of course, I'm not always right. No one can always be right, but that's just where I'm at on it. And I think it can happen. I'm pretty confident. We also saw Tua Tagovailoa. I think I said that right. His Origins rookie auto. went up a ton the day he got announced as starter. It was not just the Origins rookie auto either. This is just the one we chose to cover. We want to mix it up sometimes. Don't always want to be riding, the Prism, the Select, the Optic craze, but his Select XRC has went up a ton, up to as high as $550 around there. And his cards are super hot, and he hasn't even started a game yet. So they announced he's a starter. They had a bye week, and now they finally play today on Sunday. So we will see what happens with Tua cards. Does he go off? Does he join Herbert and Joe Burrow as super awesome rookies that people want to collect and buy a ton of cards of? I'm sure he can do it. We haven't seen him play since that injury at Alabama, so who really knows? But it'll be exciting to see. Definitely turn on your TV to watch some Tua this Sunday. Next up, we got the 2020 contenders, 2020-2021 contenders draft picks basketball release. I had some fun here with the meme of Drake fading on the contenders and going with the Trey, the Zion, and the Donovan Mitchell Prism Silver PSA 9 rookie cards. As you can see here, it says if you're deciding what to spend $1,700 on, the reason why I chose that number is because that Lonzo and that Anthony Edwards, those actually sold for combined $1,700 on release day for contenders. I think that the Blue Shimmer Anthony Edwards is out of 15. The LaMelo Ball is not numbered. If I said Lonzo like 10 seconds ago, forget that. It's LaMelo Ball. But $1,700 combined between the two, way too expensive, crazy expensive. And those three cards below you can get for $1,700 or most likely less too, which is crazy. So, where our heads at on that. Pass on the draft pick stuff. Go with the rookie cards and the NBA jerseys of the top brands that you know of. Make smart investment decisions. If you're collecting because you love college basketball, because you love the players, because you love the school, do whatever you need to do. We would still recommend waiting so you don't waste a ton of money when you can buy them for cheaper later. But still, go with the well-known stuff and what's going to drive the most sales volume and make you the most dollars, or at least, something you can collect of their NBA jersey if that's what you're a fan of. Next up, we have, if you guys remember, this was game 4 of the World Series when there was a complete miscue by Chris Taylor in center field, then the missed throw by Max Muncy, then the miss by Will Smith at home. Kenley Jansen didn't back it up. Tampa Bay Rays in the craziest fashion. They won in the craziest fashion I've ever seen in a World Series, and it was nuts. It was really, really something crazy with Brett Phillips getting that hit, coming in after not having an RBI since July, I think it was, which is all the way back to right when the season started. So really, really, really crazy. Randy Arozarena tripped and fell going to home, got up, scored anyways. And we had some fun with it, posting about the Shaq thing. And I myself looked like Shaq at the TV. I was holding my camera, posting the pictures from the win and just freaking out. It's super, super fun. But after that win, dang it. Did I actually miss it? Oh, nope, I did not miss it. Here we go. So the Randy Arozarena, this is what happened after that win and everything. Over 1,400 cards got bought in one day of Randy Arozarena. Any card, it didn't have to be a Topps rookie card or whatever. It was any card of Randy Arozarena. 1,400 cards got bought in one day from when they won that game 4 to the next morning or next afternoon or whatever. Absolutely crazy. I don't know if I've seen that ever before. That many cards. I know it's of any card, but keep in mind he's a rookie this year. He doesn't really have multiple years of cards. I mean, I guess if Anthony Davis drops 60 in a finals game and they win the finals off of that, maybe a ton of cards sell because he's got multiple years of cards, but just insane to see that. And the caption here is when everyone wants a World Series darling, instead of a fire-breathing dragon, we have sad Charizard. But I'm sorry I had that out of order. I had most of these in order, but I missed that one on accident. So let's go back one more and let's look at right here. We kicked off our SlabStox YouTube Live on Monday, this past Monday, and it went super well. We had a ton of questions submitted. We had over 100 viewers in the stream at all times during it. Blew me away. I really didn't expect that many viewers. And it's for the first time, too. Not that many people from YouTube knew about it until we actually went live. So it's quite exciting. If you want to submit questions, please go find the SlabStox Live from Monday. Go into the description, and then it's got a link for the form to submit your questions, and we will answer whatever we can in the amount of time allotted and try to roll them over to the next week if we miss it. If we don't get to answer, I'm sorry, but we will try to do as many as we can for sure. And then next up, we've got Clayton Kershaw, World Series winner. He set an all-time high sale, or I guess someone else set the all-time high sale, but this card set the all-time high sale for $1,100 on October 25th for the PSA 10 2008 Topps Update rookie card. I do not have the numbers since then after they actually won the World Series. This was after he pitched in Game 5 and they won. But yes, a lot of gain for Clayton Kershaw this season. Really awesome job from him. Really nice to see him get a World Series ring after kind of getting dragged through the mud for the past 3 years and everything. But really good to see him pitch well and get a ring. And his cards are going up because of it. Baseball playoffs really did well for people that had the cards from the Dodgers and even Randy Arozarena and some of those Rays players too. Here's another fun thing. So this really doesn't have much to do with market movement or anything, but that 2-point conversion was one of the craziest things I've ever seen from Indiana against Penn State. I really couldn't believe what happened there. The guy's airborne, and I thought it was a 2-point conversion because, crossed the line in the end zone, but really wild. And we had some fun with a meme Monday, and someone put the Charizard on the football, and he's trying to reach for the all-time high prices. He's trying to sell him. Nostalgia's trying to keep him away from it. Manipulate eBay bids are trying to keep him from getting paid. And then Logan Paul is watching from the side. A really good meme there. The person that did the meme, let me give him a shout out quick so I don't miss that. LPC TTMs on Instagram. Go give them a follow. Really funny stuff there. Next up, we have got a YouTube video here. I just want to shout out SlabStox Sam. He did a wonderful job on this interview with card futures, breaking down visual analysis with sports card designs and why you like the cards you like. This SlabStox Sam video for Sam Dunks got the least views of any of the videos he's put out in the past, actually forever, I think, over the first couple of days. But it is one of the coolest videos that he did. One of the coolest interviews. I really enjoyed it. I think you would too if you go check it out. Card Futures breaks down a ton of different analysis on why cards are, seen as certain, high-end cards versus different. It's just really interesting. I can't even begin to talk about it because this is the field that he works in and applied it to cards. But you guys should please go check that out. Really good videos to get another angle on the card market and how you might be able to capitalize on it as well. This happened in the last couple of days. So WNBA Prism released in the last couple of days, and Sabrina Ionescu got her first ever Prism, actually first ever WNBA card. Many know her as Kobe's protege. Of course, you see it there in the eBay listing title, and they were selling like hotcakes the first day of release. $60 for a Prism base rookie card. I'm sure the market's died down since then. It really doesn't sustain anything I've released that's like super hot. But just for fun, I went back a year ago to see what Zion's released at when they came out for 2019 Prism NBA, and those came out around $45. So a ton is different between last year and this year. Like if Zion's rookie released this year, it would release at like $200 some dollars for a Prism base non-graded. I'm sure the hype would be off the chart. So many more people are buying, selling sports cards now, trying to find different marketplaces to make money in because of how the NBA market got so hot. They went elsewhere. WNBA, Sabrina is a place where people are looking. I'm sure these are going to go down in value. There's no way I think that these can sustain with the amount of supply that's going to come out as more people start to open boxes and list them on eBay. But I'm sure this card will constantly be hot because of her being one of the best college women's basketball players of all time. And I'm sure she's going to do some great things in the WNBA, and also the Kobe connection is going to help a ton there. And it's the first WNBA Prism release ever. It's got the rookie logo there as well, which is pretty cool. Coming up on our last couple of things here to talk about, bringing it back to 2020, 2021 contenders. Jamil Mealy Stocks, we also introduced him in the last 2 months, I want to say. Check out his episodes. He does a great job as well. But Jamil from Shot Mealy Pops did an episode for us talking about the 2020-2021 basketball release calendar and what you need to know about it. And it's delayed a lot. So there's a lot of insights in here that you really need to listen to understand when you're actually going to get your hands on products like Prism, like National Treasures for the 2020 NBA rookie class. And it might lead to some crazy things happening with these college cards. I personally would recommend to stay away from them. But if you're a prospector trying to make some short-term cash, is it somewhere you can actually go this year? It might be. Listen to Jamil to get that full take for sure. To end it here, I just want to talk about one last thing. So coming up on the end of October, a lot of people have been asking us, when is SlabStoxPro coming out? I would love to be able to answer that question, sit up here, tell you the date it's going to exactly come out. I just cannot at this point. It's really unfortunate. We're waiting on some connections to make this thing happen. We're ready to go. We want to make it happen so badly, but we're just a couple pieces short at the moment. I do really believe that they're going to come through, and we're going to have some beta out there for you guys to test and to get your hands on, and to start to use our platform, start to see all the different trending sports cards in the industry, real-time data, all that stuff, see listings you guys can go and purchase, and keep track of your portfolio to see how your sports cards are changing in value daily. And I've seen it. It's going to be awesome. We just need these last few pieces to make it happen. So please, thank you so much for the patience. Stick with us. It is going to happen. We are releasing this 100% for free. We're not going to charge you a single thing to use this. It's going to be free. It is worth the wait. I guarantee it. I keep telling myself that every single day because I'm so excited and I'm so antsy to get it out there. But I know you guys are really antsy to get your hands on it too, but just bear with us. Please just hold tight for, a couple, whatever it takes here for us to make this thing happen, because we want to. It will be in your hands and it's going to be awesome. We just need a little bit more time and some patience. So I thank you all for pre-registering for it. If you have already, if you have not, come here to slabstox.com/SlabStox, and you can scroll down the page. You get all the info of what SlabStox Pro is going to be. You guys can see here the cool different trending cards, Cody Bellinger, Zion Williamson prisms you guys can buy, all that stuff. And it's connected to eBay, so there's going to be lots of listings in there. And at the very bottom, you guys can put in your email to pre-register to get the most up-to-date info. We will definitely be sending emails there about the beta and everything when that's going to go live. So you're going to want to do that to know when it's exactly going live. When we can tell you, it is going to happen. I promise you, we are so excited, and I really want it to happen, and we cannot wait. So thank you all for watching this October rundown. It was actually really fun. I really enjoyed this, looking at the past month. Some good memories from making all the Instagram content, since everything I showed you, I did hand make and produce. So it was kind of fun to look back and see what I was able to do over the last month, and our team too, of course. I love our team. I love the help I get from Nate, Sam, and Jamil on our videos. It's really awesome to see them in there interacting with you guys. Nate on the live streams, on the YouTube lives, all that good stuff. So thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to pre-register for SlabStoxPro. It's going to happen. We are so excited, and we'll see you guys in the next video.